Hello, welcome back to the Watford Way today as I'm here to discuss all things Watford versus Wigan at Vicarage Road. But first, you know how it goes on this channel. Make sure to hit the subscribe button down below. Let me know your thoughts on the game in the comment section. Are you going to the game? Let me know. And make sure to turn on the notification bell to get notified whenever I go live or upload in the future weeks. And some massive games coming up for Watford, most notably that game at the very start of April against Luton Town. But we're not talking about that team up the road today. We're talking about Watford, and we're talking about Watford versus Wigan Athletic at Vicarage Road. And a massive game for Watford. Obviously, Watford just coming off the back of a really good 3-0 victory over Birmingham City. Troy Deeney was at the game. It was great to see him at the ground once again. And some good goals by Watford. Keenan Davis, Imran Louza and Britt Assombalonga all in the goals in that game. The first goal Britt Assombalonga has ever scored for Watford actually in the game as well. So congratulations to him. A bit of a funny goal. I think it come off his belly or his face, but it still went in the back of the net, so ultimately it does count. And Watford throughout the game, were largely comfortable. First half, I thought especially was some of the best football I've watched this season, actually, especially at home. Obviously we beat Luton Town by 4-0. We beat Stoke City away by 4-0 as well. But in recent times, there's not been much to get happy about, really. So to see Watford perform as well as we did in that first half, and for me to sit back in my seat and not feel that worried that Birmingham City were going to get back into the game. It was a real change, actually, and I felt a lot more happy and a lot more confident than I did after coming home against QPR, because the QPR game, I think we can all wipe from our memories because it wasn't very enjoyable at all. And QPR, actually, I think got beat 6-0 by Blackpool last night as well, so not a very good night for them. But Watford, hopefully, are going to look to pick up some momentum in the coming weeks, and that's going to start against Wigan on Saturday at Vicarage Road. Now, Wigan themselves, let's talk about them for a second, because we do have to respect our opposition here on the Watford Way. They're not having a fantastic season at all. In fact, they currently sit 24th in the Championship on 33 points and look destined to go down to League One. So, for me, not watching Wigan that much this season and just looking at the league table, that suggests to me they're a very poor footballing side, and it also suggests to me Watford should be beating them at Vicarage Road. However, last time out, they did pick up a really decent 1-1 draw against Coventry City. Now, Coventry City, I think, beat Watford at Vicarage Road earlier this season. The Coventry themselves are looking to get into the playoff places as well. And for Wigan to draw with them 1-1 is actually, from an outsider looking in, it looks like a very good result for them. So I don't think it's going to be particularly easy. I think Watford has struggled at times to break down a lot of teams this season, lower down the league. Millwall, Preston, Hull City, those games are very tough. Watford like to, create, they like to keep the ball on the ground. Whereas some of these teams are very physical. They like to have the ball in the air and challenge for headers. And our players don't really like that. So it's going to be interesting to see how the game pans out. However, from my perspective, if Watford are serious and the players are serious about getting promoted this season, I don't know how many games we've got left. Is it 10, 9 games left in the season? I'd say we have to be winning 7 or 8 of them games. And that starts on Saturday against Wigan. Ismaila Sarr is an interesting one in this game. Obviously, he was unavailable for the Birmingham City game after picking up a hamstring injury against QPR. Is he going to be available for Wigan? I think potentially he could be. But actually, I don't think I would change the team at all. I'd actually keep the same starting 11 as we saw against Birmingham. I think the midfield of Leandro Bacuna, Ismail Kone and Imran Louza worked really well. Joao Pedro took up a 10 position, so he was free to roam where he wanted in the attacking third of the pitch. And yeah, I think bringing Ismaila Sarr back into the team would kind of disrupt the really good balance we had against Birmingham City. So if Ismaila Sarr is available, I'd actually put him on the bench. And if Watford are struggling in the game, then, what an option to bring onto the pitch. So Ismaila Sarr, for me, is up for debate. Let me know in the comments if he is available. Would you start him or would you bench him? Let me know in the comment section. And yeah, in terms of my score prediction for this game, I think Watford really do have to win. I want a comprehensive victory. I actually go back to the 6-0 victory against Bristol City we had in the Xisco Munoz promotion season. We've not really dispatched a team like that this year. And hopefully this weekend will be the time where Watford can, bang the goals in and, hopefully get the goal difference up as well. Because you look at the Championship table, there's not very many points separating Watford in 10th and Millwall in 6th place, and it could ultimately come down to goal difference on the last day of the season. So I think Watford do have to try and score more goals. Hopefully it will start this weekend. And looking at the reverse fixture quickly earlier this season as well, João Pedro scored the winner for Watford in that game late on. It was actually a very, very tight affair. Obviously Watford were managed by Slavan Bilic at that time, and João Pedro scored an 87th minute header away at Wigan in front of the away fans to get the 3 points for Watford in that game. So it's going to be interesting. I'm kind of sitting here in two minds really. I'm expecting Watford to beat Wigan by 4 or 5 goals, but equally I'm being a little bit cautious because, you know, they did pick up a really, really decent draw against Coventry City. So I'm not sure what to expect really. Let me know your score predictions in the comments section down below. What am I going to go for? I'm going to go with a 2-0 Watford win. Keenan Davis got back to scoring ways against Birmingham City. I think he's going to bag another goal for Watford. So I'm going to go Keenan Davis and João Pedro to score in this one. 2-0 home victory for Watford going into the international break. And obviously after that, we have a massive game against Luton Town, which of course we'll be covering here on the Watford Way as well. So as I mentioned earlier, make sure to subscribe to the channel by clicking the button down below. Let me know your thoughts on this game in the comments. Turn on the notification bell, and I'll see you all again very, very soon. Bye-bye.